Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, now, yes, as I figured. Give me 1 second because Cory's sound's not coming through again. As per the usual. The ad. We're gonna go audio source. And this one's going to be from chat, so the sound. That should be you in theory. Okay, so try talking. I don't. That doesn't work. Let's go to the properties. All right. I'm going to give Cory a second. All right. Hello, everyone. How is everyone? Hello, Scooter. Hopefully, everyone is having a great weekend. Start to the weekend, anyway. Oh, give some people some time to join. No worries. Not yet. Chat. System. Okay, now you try.
Testing.
Okay, you should be coming through now.
Ah.
So, yeah, Discord, the fun of Discord, when I pull that window out, is it likes to change outputs.
Yeah.
So, how's everyone doing this weekend? Welcome.
Doing pretty good. I am tired.
Tired, yes. I feel that.
Yep.
Thankfully, it's almost weekend.
Yeah, TGI Friday. I was going to try and take the opportunity tonight to catch up on some articles that I need to write for the World Anvil site, but I can see now that that's not going to happen. My brain is already divided too much, so we're just going to pay attention to chat like we're supposed to.
Yeah. All right, give me 1 second.
Scoldger, welcome. Avoiding painting a bedroom tonight. I, too, am avoiding responsibilities. I should be changing my brakes this weekend. But I probably won't. Preston said that he's got to spill somewhere, so it's just me. Good morning, Bart. Welcome. Also, welcome to Scott. Yesterday's episode was insane as far as sessions go. I am looking forward to what everybody thinks about it this coming Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, really. It is one of those crazy ones where we're down a person and the other three are chaotic as all hell. So that's pretty fun. But other than that, it's been a nice, calm week. I am finally feeling better. I was feeling a little crappy earlier in the week, but all good now. Scott, stop sending me memes while I'm trying to stream.
Memes. Meme time.
Meme time. In the meantime.
So you got to play yesterday. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Was it fun? For you, Cory.
Sorry, I had a sneeze, a sudden onset sneeze.
You're okay.
It was good. It was a good session. It was a very fun session. It's definitely one of those ones that will either be completely hilarious or people will go, oh my gosh, I can't believe that the DM didn't wrangle them sooner on this. Welcome What I O on Twitch. Glad that I caught the stream.
Yeah.
We're glad that you're here too.
Glad you're here, What I O.
I got the plague yesterday. No, I didn't get the plague.
No.
Just some
Black
or
plague.
you got the plague. No, I didn't get any sort of like physical sickness. It was just sort of a mental funk that I was dealing with. I was dealing with that the first half of the week, and I've made it through the wilderness. I've finally made it through, and now I'm good to go.
We're on the other side.
Yep.
Hello.
For now. Another mental funk is always just around the corner, as it were.
Just around the river bend.
Exactly. So yeah, we're gonna be drawing tonight.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see what craziness y'all want Preston to draw. So if you have a recommendation or a suggestion, shout it out. It can be about D&D. It can be about Tales of Aneria. It could be about anything else that you want to see.
As long as it's PG-13 YouTube live approved.
True. Yeah, of course. We do not draw smut on stream or ever, depending on what it is. Yeah, I thought my wife came in the room because we thought the dog had peed down in the theater room or the game room, right underneath my chair. But she checked it again, and it's just water, which is great. Because he went and got a drink of water, and then he ran downstairs, and it just dripped off of his beard onto the ground.
That's the best.
Yeah.
My in-laws had a Saint Bernard, and that Saint Bernard was a drooler.
Oh yeah.
I did not enjoy that. Just a cute dog, but
yeah, the droolers are always like a mixed bag, right?
Yeah, it's like you're cute. You're cute over there.
Bart wants you to draw an invisible stalker.
Invisible stalker. Oh, okay, done.
Very good. I think that's your best work yet.
See.
Yep.
Baby with a beard.
Baby with a dwarf baby.
This dwarven.
The Saint Bernard was a druid. A druidler. Okay, can you draw me a dog druid?
A dog druid?
Hello, Casey. Welcome on Twitch. Happy to have you. Yeah, draw a baby with a beard first, but I kind of want to see a Saint Bernard druid tonight. There's a game out there, an RPG game called Realms of Pugmire, and it's all about like dogs, adventuring dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really cool looking system. I see it all advertised all the time, and I want to play it sometime. But yeah, I think we could draw a Saint Bernard druid. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Kid's gonna have creepy eyes.
Scott, there were a couple things that I think we wanted Preston to draw, but I think we should wait until the episode comes out. I can't remember what exactly we had him write down, and I don't know if it's like a spoiler.
I do. It's has to.
Was it a spoiler?
It has to do with a race of centaur-like creatures.
Oh, yes. That's not a spoiler. We can draw that one, too. That'll be great. But yeah, how's everybody's week been going besides that? I've talked about mine. Preston, you said yours has been going okay. You've been dealing with truck issues this week, or?
Mostly trying to get stuff moved around, trying to get my... we have some grass going in, and I need to get a bunch of pipe laid. Because my wife dislocated my knee, or dislocated her knee.
Your wife dislocated your knee, and then she's like, "Go get the pipe.
Get the pipe. No,
you're gonna go lay pipe while you're hurting."
I'm sorry. So yeah, just trying to get that done for this week is when we're having that grass put in. So I'm doing lots of yard work. Hence, I'm wearing my yard work shirt and all the other fun stuff. So
yeah.
And today I left my paint sprayer over winter with a bunch of it was like an airless paint sprayer.
Oh no.
I left it out, and it was one of those ones that I had put it away, but I'd forgotten that I hadn't like emptied it or anything. So I went out there and I had to clean the gun out and take it apart, and just extra work that didn't necessarily need to happen if I would have been judicious.
Hmm.
How about everybody else?
Yeah, let's hear it. What's everybody else been doing? I want to know. Can you show me? Man, that's like 3 song references so far.
I wanna know about these strangers like
Did
me.
anyone
Watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No, did anyone see the Jack Black Tenacious D music video that came out this week for their new song Video Games?
Yes, I thought that was pretty good.
It is just a quick one. It's kind of a nice. It's an animation style from an animator that I know, like I've never heard of before, but they do good animation from what I've seen.
Yeah,
So if
cool.
you haven't seen that, take a minute out of your day to go watch it. Preferably after the stream, but you can if you want to. It's only a minute long. We've got Casey says she's been puppy sitting. That's pretty much been her entire week, the past week and a half.
She's been sitting on puppies.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's uncomfortable work, but it's honest work.
Someone's got to do it. Give me 1 second. I gotta let the dogs in now.
Of course. What IO said, he did get to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Incredible movie. Completely destroyed me. We saw it last Sunday, and it wrecked me for 2 days. In fact, that was probably the primary trigger for my mental funk that I went into. It was very emotional and raw for me. And then I went and saw it on Tuesday again with my wife on a date night because she didn't get to see it because she was puppy sitting at the time, or she was raising the new puppy. So it was better. It was even better the second time because I was more prepared for everything. But it definitely is one of those movies that it's going to hit me hard anytime that I watch it. There's a lot of themes in that movie that definitely tug on my heartstrings for sure. Scolger is asking if that's a Wagner airless sprayer by chance.
Yes, it is. Wagner airless sprayer.
Sorry, welcome. My week was long and stressful.
The best part was that you could dig it out. I dug it. I took a little pick, dug out most of the plugs, and on the inside it was all mostly liquid. So then I just blew it all out with my air compressor. So I was kudos to Wagner, man. That sat over winter without anything. Yeah, very, very impressed that it survived like a champ.
I'm glad that you're here to join us on this chill stream to unwind a little bit.
Yeah.
It's nice to have you.
Welcome to Sare. Am I saying that right?
Sare. I think that's
Tasari?
That's right. I'm going to assume that's right until they tell me otherwise.
Yes. Chill stream.
Ah, nice. We got it.
Yeah. Score.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm trying to think of what else I did this week. I panic wrote 2 sessions in 2 hours, or at least the broad strokes of it. Basically, it's because we had our game last night. Yeah, I believe it. You're right, Scott. It's pronounced Sundere. Sundere Alda.
Yes.
But we had our game last night, and then we actually have one tomorrow as well, because we're trying to catch up on that buffer that we're missing out on. Because it's great to be able to be like, hey, that episode that just came out this Wednesday, yeah, we remember recording that and remember everything that happened with it fresh. But at the same time, it's like, if we have to skip a week because somebody's sick, we end up losing a week of recording and can't put anything out. So we like to have at least 3, I think, is what we typically like.
Mm-hmm. We gotta make sure you guys get all your D&D fixes.
Oh yeah.
We keep everyone's dopamine at the highest of serotonin levels. All the goodness.
I think tonight's just gonna be a chill night, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll look up a list or 2. That sounds like fun. I actually was I was building a tier list today for the first time for Tori. And I'm like, oh man, it'd be a really cool stream to do just sit there and do random tier lists and stuff. D&D ones specifically. I think that would be really awesome. Maybe someday.
Yes.
Well, I need to write that down. There's a bunch of different like other stream ideas that I need to write down, but we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. We also need to do a Saturday stream too. A lot of people have been saying they want one of those.
Saturday. Yeah, I think Saturday is usually easier.
Yeah.
Usually, because some it's date night, or I know that we're getting into almost the end of the school year for me, so not necessarily me, but my children. So it's there's going to be a little more interruptions on some of that stuff, but we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Oh, for sure. Casey says she would love a chill night. Well, maybe someday you'll get one once that puppy is trained, right?
On a chill night, you just turn the air conditioner up.
Haha. Actually, so speaking of this is not related to D&D at all, but it's something really cool, and I need to talk about it. We got a new blanket. This is so like adult. Like, oh man, I'm an adult now. Finally.
Is it a weighted blanket?
Those are awesome. It is not a weighted blanket. Actually, it is like a. Oh, I don't know the exact name of it, but it is a thin blanket that literally like it is like cold all the time.
Oh, I love it.
And it pulls heat out of you, so it chills you. It's going to be amazing when summertime comes around. I've used it once or twice, and I've woken up in the middle of the night so cold I've had to put the winter blanket back on because it's like, oh man, that really chills you for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Scott says, don't touch the thermostat.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
That's a cardinal sin.
Yeah. I'll find out the type of blanket it is. My wife is in the chat, so she can tell me what type of blanket we got because she's the one who ordered it. But then I can recommend it to everybody and I don't know if it's just like because it's cold or a little bit colder still because it's spring, but I'm hoping that it is just as good in the summertime because it is actually a little heavier of a blanket feeling. So you still get that weight from a blanket without actually having it be stiflingly hot. Yeah, Scott, maybe our first Saturday stream that we do is a tier list one because I kind of want to do that now. I wonder if I can find a bunch of D&D tier lists. Tier list make.
Ding. Let's turn that off. I have a feeling there's going to be a slew of messages coming in there.
Well, I didn't hear anything.
Good. Then my noise gate is doing its job.
Dungeons and Dragons. Oh yeah, there's so many in here. Dragon tier list, races and sub-races tier list, 5e book tier list, classes tier list, magical weapon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. We're definitely
modules. What if we do a
5e monsters?
Yeah, I was gonna say monsters settings. Like,
I wonder if they have. I wonder if they have a settings.
Aneria.
Yep. There's campaign settings right there. Yeah, these are all like ones that other people have made.
Oh, nice.
On this list, so there's plenty out there for us. And there's more than one page. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do a Saturday stream, and maybe we'll do a tier list one. We can do a tier list of our own Aneria maps. I'd like that as soon as we can get the maps done. All right. The blanket is a cooling blanket is specifically what it's called. The specific one is the Amy Homie.
Okay.
AMYHOMIE. We got it's like a double-sided cool effect that transfers heat to keep you cool. Breathable, lightweight blanket for hot sleepers.
So not to be confused with
a heated blanket.
a heated blanket.
Yes.
Sorry.
But yeah.
Distracted with this.
No worries.
Yeah.
The reason why I was talking about the video games music video that Jack Black did with Tenacious D.
Mhm.
It's Tenacious D. It's not him with Tenacious D. It's because this baby looks like Cage.
Yeah, I can see that. Cage was a dwarven baby with wicked long eyelashes.
Oh, okay. So the other idea that we had for our Saturday stream was us going through one of our Aneria maps, letting people pick between a few different ones to help like create a realm on a stream, and that should be great.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. It's actually warm here. Suddenly about 24,
Nice.
up into 30th or 30ish. Of course, that's in Celsius rather than Eagle speed. So for us plebs, that's 75 and 86 degrees Fahrenheit. That's wow, that's great.
Thank you, sorry.
I mean, that's pretty warm.
Yeah. So, speaking of warm, my wife is not only hot, but the computer back here, she had we were playing some Call of Duty, and I put in hers, there's a smaller like form factor, I think it was like an MSI 2-slot 3080 Ti.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put that one in there, and I'm like, okay, this should be perfect. This should be plenty. And I've never really had any issues. But then we played this newest season, and it kept popping up saying graphics card too hot. And so we're like, uh-oh. And so we looked at it, and her temps were sitting at like 91 degrees Celsius.
Holy
and I was like,
crap.
What? And mine's sitting so I don't know if the newest driver. So if anyone is playing that, I'd be curious to know if anyone else with a 2-fan smaller form factor 3080 Ti has any issues with the newest update.
That's crazy.
So just watch out.
Actually had to reinstall my drivers for my video card. They apparently got uninstalled on my computer somehow. I don't know how it happened, but it knocked out one of my monitors. That wouldn't work.
I don't often use a graphics card, but when I do, I uninstall the drivers.
Yep. It was crazy. Thankfully, Scott was able to figure out what was going on. And I say Scott because I was starting to, and then he came up and took over. Because he's the tech guy, and it's easier for him to just like come up and be like, "Oh, okay, I can find the problem," rather than
there. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
You've been poking me in the leg for the last like 10
minutes.
Oh,
hey. How's it going, little man?
Now he's showing the shameful eyes. The shameful eyes.
Oh, why aren't you petting me more?
I just want some on my lap. He's being a little twat.
I'm sorry, a what?
Twat.
And you're worried about PG-13 art ratings, huh?
I know.
No, it's fine. We've always talked about the stream being non-family friendly. We're allowed to.
This is a safe space.
Yeah, we're allowed to kind of be a little bit more ridiculous on here.
Yeah.
Not ridiculous, a little bit more unnatural. I don't know what you would call it.
I wouldn't go au natural because we're still on stream, but
yeah, exactly. I mean, I could be wearing pants, but I could also not be wearing pants.
That was
you
a
don't know.
Discord conversation.
Yeah.
Give him a nice big lip.
Yeah. Casey was very excited to see that puppy.
Oh, thanks.
And yeah, Isle, that was 90 degrees in Celsius that you heard, unless I misheard
Celsius.
it as well.
You are correct.
Yeah.
It was in Celsius, and I think the maximum temperature that those are rated for is 110 Celsius.
Getting close.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, sweetheart. So I had her turn her settings like all the way down and then have her watch it, and it dropped to like 2 degrees. And then when she went to the menus, it dropped down to 60. And then as soon as we got in the game, it bumped back up to 90. And I was just like, I don't know what they did, but that last update, be careful. Don't let your card get burnt.
Yeah, that's weird. Wah. That's apparently what this baby sounds like.
Yes.
Wah.
Deep baby voice here. Let's do deep baby voice. Wah.
That's a
Wah.
That's a ASDF movie classic. Oh, look at the little baby. Now look at the big baby. Wah. Oh, hey, I drew smart. You want to see?
Do it.
Just a little preview of something that I've been considering.
Sweet. What is
it? It is completely blank because it is just white. Okay, there we go.
I was gonna say
we got
starting
it
to
a little
focus.
bit there. Yeah, we got it a little bit. Yeah, I decided to give myself more work, and I've been thinking of an ancient race in Aneria that existed before, like pre-shattering, like even before then, like yeah, basically kind of like a progenitor race almost.
What's the ones in
I was
what's it called? Mass Effect.
I've never played Mass Effect actually.
I'm trying to remember what they're called. They have anyway, not important. Go
ahead. Scoldger is asking what game is burning up the 3080?
That was Modern Warfare. That was the newest, and I checked her. She doesn't have any driver updates. That was just Modern Warfare playing DMZ. It was the new map, so they put in some new stuff, like they put in particle effects with sandstorms and stuff. So I'm guessing that's what's doing it. But
I'm sorry, you literally just said basically run DMZ and then Sandstorm, and my brain just couldn't think about anything else other than the songs.
Here it is.
Wait,
it's Druid Sandstorm.
Don't get us copyright struck again.
You just gotta make sure it's not in the VOD. Delete the VOD. All right. Well, what do dwarven babies use as diapers? Because they wouldn't have a conventional diaper, right? They'd maybe have a cloth diaper.
Yeah, I mean, typically, if you're talking about a medieval world, everybody has cloth diapers.
Okay.
Every baby, every single person has a cloth diaper,
including the king.
A stone diaper.
A stone diaper, yeah.
Cobalt skins, chainmail.
Oh
no, chainmail is a bad. No, that's and that's not going to save anything.
Not going to go there.
Yeah, that's like wearing a cheese grater to go to the bathroom, my friend. I say my friend, but it's my brother, and he's not my friend.
Brother
he's my best friend.
And your best friend.
When you're the best of friends.
Be together. Fox and the Hound, right?
Yep. Jeez, we're going through like all the music tonight.
All right. Obscure music.
Oh, you want obscure music?
Yeah, obscure cinematic music.
Oh, cinematic.
Yes. Ones that people might remember but might not.
From like movies, you mean? Let's see.
Somewhere out there, beneath the pale moonlight.
Trying to think of a good like obscure song.
One's thinking of me.
Casey says a diaper made of jewels. Well, if he's a dwarven king baby, sure.
My only worry is if I'm drawing jewels, they might not look like jewels.
They'll look like family jewels instead of
that's my only worry. Jewels. So I'm trying to be as nondescript and not draw attention to the crotch. But I do like the idea though. Like if I have another standing pose or something, maybe he has a sachet or what are they called, the bandolero type things with like
maybe like a rattler.
That's the rattle like
ruby on it. Yeah.
So he's got his little hammer that he was born with.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah. Born with the hammer.
And then maybe he's got like some jeweler's tools.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
The eyelashes on this baby are like
Vavoom.
Incredible. Yeah. It looks like it was maybe it's Maybelline, you know.
Maybe it's
Wait,
Maybelline.
Is it?
Maybe
that's only a hair. That's only shampoo, I think.
Easy, beautiful.
It's not.
Cover, baby.
Cover girl, thank you. I was just getting my jingles confused. I'm still trying to think of like an obscure song from a movie that people might not realize. I have one from a TV series, a Netflix TV series.
Go for it.
So in Umbrella Academy, in season 2,
Maybelline's mascara.
they had a fight scene to the song "Bad Guy," the Billie Eilish song, but it was a ska version by the Interrupters that I had heard like 3 or 4 months prior. And when that song came on, because I haven't heard anybody else ever talk about the Interrupters except for Scott, who showed me the band, right? But when that song came on Umbrella Academy, I was like, oh, holy crap, I can't believe that they got this. So I guess that one's pretty obscure. Stan Bush, The Touch. Yeah, that's true. Yep, that is that would be a rarity for sure. Jumped out of the womb and hit his father on the head with a hammer. Not the mama.
Not the mama. Yes, dinosaur.
Oh, Maybelline is mascara. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Love it.
Yeah.
Multiply. We're gonna knock this down just a little.
I mean, the entire album on the Transformers, the movie from the 1980s, is obscure. I think at this point. No, not that one. Not that Transformers movie. The better Transformers movie. The cartoon Transformers. Yes.
Got it.
The cartoon Transformers movie that destroyed a bunch of beloved characters in like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Rip.
Yep. Yeah, the good Transformers. Let's not go to that Transformers. Let's go to the good one. Actually, the new Transformers looks pretty good. I'm pretty interested in it. I liked Bumblebee. Yeah. And I think this is continuing that continuity rather than, although I think Bumblebee is supposed to be like Wars. Yeah, I think Bumblebee is supposed to be a prequel. So I'm not sure exactly how that all fits in. But yeah, I do like I do like what they have going on there. They brought RC back. They got the Beast, the Manimals, I think is what they're called. Manimals? Is that what they're called?
Danimals is the yogurt.
Beast Wars.
Decepticons. Predacons.
Maximals, that's what it is. Their Maximals is yeah. Yep.
Done screwed up, Aaron. That's okay.
And then the Predacons are the evil ones. That's right. I actually started typing that in and it came up with a tier list again. And I'm like, okay, the algorithm's already learning that I'm obsessed with tier lists. This is great.
There we go. Now I can paint without.
But yeah, we had this idea for some tier lists that I want Tori to do for some videos of hers. And I started writing down options for this tier list today. And it got to the point where I'm like, there's way too many things in this list. I'm going to have to split it up. So instead of like one tier list, she's going to get like 4. So that's exciting.
Mind bottling, but
yeah, it bottles the mind. It puts it in a nice little bottle.
The mind
seals it away. Bosco, welcome.
Bosco.
It's an interesting dry to see turning on the screen to be a dwarf baby. Yep. Well, what can you say when somebody says they want to see a baby with a beard? We deliver.
You say.
You can't get that kind of shit anywhere else.
Something is not right here. What is... There we go. Colors were not mixing right. Fun fact, the undertone of your skin is kind of green. And then you add other flesh tones on top.
Really? Interesting. Very interesting.
Depends on who you are, but usually your face will have like a streak of yellow or red right here, more yellow down here, and some blues. But the red stripe across your faces. And I'm using red as a as an example, but it's not. Yeah, not an exact science. I think I'm gonna make this baby ready. I don't think I like this.
Yeah, do like maybe like a russet.
Yeah.
Make him like a russet potato. So Preston.
See.
Now, since I've got you on your own here,
cornstarch.
No,
not
quite.
For everything.
Nope. I wanted to verify how you're feeling after the big character moment that Victor had this week.
How I'm feeling or how he's feeling?
Yeah. How are you feeling with the direction of the story? How Victor is feeling? I'm sure. Yeah.
So I think
because I know
it's something that I think he's had on his mind for a while. And spoilers for anybody who is here.
Oh yeah, if you have not seen it, give us like. Well, I mean, yeah, give us like 30 seconds.
Yeah, like 30 seconds. So I just want to in a previous episode, I gave up a secret to a djinn, and that secret that since Colby's character Aloma kind of had gone off, it's not something we'll ever probably see much again. But he did confide in the djinn that he was not sure if he was ready to get married.
Yeah,
and it was one of those things where he wasn't sure. And I think coming with the near-death experience and realizing that how short life is, and that he's like only has so much time, that it kind of brought some finality to like I should probably
commit to something,
instead of whatever. And now that he's committed, I think like for me, I think it's fun. I think now that he's committed. I'm not gonna say he's getting cold feet, but he is what's the word? Still coming to grips with the gravity of what the not of the situation, but does that make sense? Like as far as I think anybody who has proposed, or if you've ever done something like that where you get a reaction and then later you're just kind of like, did that just happen? Like
yeah.
So yeah, but I think it's cool. I think it's really fun. It'll be fun to see what happens. And if Victor for whatever reason dies in the Wild Blue Yonder, it'll be fun to see what happens then.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm glad that it worked out okay.
Yeah,
I've done like a character getting engaged / married one previous time. But it was in a situation where the character had been possessed, and it was during like a 10-year time gap during that possession. So they weren't very like on board with it after they got out of that possession, but they already had like a kid in the relationship.
Gotcha.
And so I always like to make sure moving forward, because there is a little bit of like, like I want to make sure that there's some consent going on in there because it's your character, and I don't want to just be like, you're getting married now.
No, he was definitely thinking about it pre that, and then that was, I think, just the spontaneity of it. I think that's true to kind of his character is more more in there, more just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah,
see what happens. Hopefully she doesn't kill him.
Sculpture. Cory does not stream. Yes, because we need to. We need to stay monetized.
You are correct. You are correct.
No, we just haven't been able to get her on yet. She is very busy. She is a very busy woman.
Does anybody? I'm gonna throw it out to the chat. Eye color. Dwarven baby eye color. Other than black, I'd prefer not to do black. But if you got any recommendations,
green. I'm gonna say my recommendation is green eyes, and have it be like
hazel green or green,
like green, and have it be like, oh, this baby is cursed because it's like an elf eye color or something. Scott says lime green. Tesseri says yellow.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, yellow, green. They're both in that same family, so maybe
like
we'll
a tawny yellow.
Here.
Yep.
Yellow, okay. Tawny yellow, is that going to be more like a chartreuse yellow, or I'm not familiar with tawny.
Yeah. What IO, if you want to make a list of random D&D related stuff I just looked up tier list maker, and it was like the first site that came up, and send it over to me. on Discord, I'd be happy to put that into our thing of just random stuff that we rank. That'd be great. Casey says green eyes, red beard, rabbit fur diaper.
Rabbit fur, yeah.
I mean, rabbit fur, yeah, that'd be probably a pretty soft diaper. The things that I say on this stream. Oh, another because we're talking about Tenacious D and movies with obscure songs. Kickapoo. I like any song from Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, but Kickapoo especially is one of my favorites.
This is a song. That's not the song, but I have Michael Bolton on the brain.
That's a good one too.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
That was I'm assuming you saw that TikTok where somebody asks him like, "Oh, what are you listening to?"
Oh, it's Michael
like,
Bolton. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, aren't you Michael Bolton? Tawny yellow is like a brownish yellow, more orange.
Brownish yellow, okay.
Green was his first thought, so follow your heart. Stay true to your heart too.
True to your heart. Come on, be true to your heart. I'm gonna push it a little bit into the yellows.
This is definitely a musical stream.
Heavens will part, and I will shower you with our love. Open your eyes. I don't remember all the words, but we'll make them up.
You knew more than I did.
Your heart will tell you no lies? Question mark. True to your
So,
heart.
if you guys haven't been on our Discord, there was a really fun game that Tori started.
Never have
That's
I ever.
called it's Never Have I Ever D&D edition, where you basically somebody says never have I ever and then gives a game situation, and if you have done it, you have to like it, right? And I was looking through and I'm like, I'm probably not gonna mark off most of these because I'm not a player very often. I actually did more than I thought I would.
Sweet. I like that. It was fun.
Yeah.
I always like to throw silly ones in there and see who's like, oh, so that person did. There's a story there. Like, there's something to be said. Like, you don't have to tell us a story, but
yeah, I was gonna put down never have I ever had a character romance, but I'm not sure if that's true. Because does Turgon's backstory count as character romance?
I see.
Because it's not a from like an introduction to the character that he falls for. It's more of the one that got away kind of thing.
I'd say it counts. I mean, like, maybe like, and when it says seduces too, like, that's to me. A lot of times, you guys probably guessed this, but like, a lot of times I don't necessarily go out of my way to try and seduce characters or whatever in D&D, but every so often it'll be like, hey, like, can I catch their eye? Like, are they gonna? Are they interested in courting? And then usually it'll be like, okay, you guys hop in the sack together. And you're like, oh, okay, yes, it's cool, we did
it. Yeah, and I try not to do that with every character. But there are certain characters that like, and it's funny because you seem to have a knack for finding the characters that in my head are like, they would be completely okay with the fling.
Yeah, like, okay, let's have a fling.
And yeah, it's like perfectly fine. Like, I think the most recent one was the Lamia and Who, right?
Yeah.
Where the Lamias, I was reading about them, and they are literally like all about decadence, right? And I'm not sure if it specifically calls out carnal pleasures, but I think it's implied in there. Let me just verify.
Was this a good orange for the beard?
Oh yeah.
I'll give I like this.
I like a little bit of that gray in there. Like, maybe he's already a little bit old.
Calico.
Yep.
I'll give you guys a minute to a bit deeper. Okay.
Lamias are particularly fond of seeking out adventurers with pure hearts to seduce and corrupt to evil, savoring the destruction of their virtue. So yeah, I mean, like, it definitely was one of those characters that was going to be open and receptive to that.
That's hilarious.
Then there was the other gnome that Braum kind of had a fling with a little bit. As far as it goes, like I thought we handled Lyra pretty well as far as a character romance goes. That started out. I didn't actually start that out as a romantic option for you either. That was just going to be this is a character from your past that we're bringing back in, and you guys can have a friendly rivalry and friendship and whatnot. But it ended up like everybody else was latching on to the whole,
They're like
the whole relationship thing, and it kind of got both of our minds working in that direction too. So that was
you guys are knife dancing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Preston, did you remember to make new layers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did this time. Earlier I didn't. That's why you saw me have to pull the line art to a different layer.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, as far as my characters go, I always try to give them a specific, like, because that is an aspect of the character that I think about when I first start creating them, right? Is what is their sexuality, what is their preference on relationships, et cetera, just because I think that's an important factor into determining how they interact with certain people. I've had characters basically run the gamut. The latest one, Audian, that you can see on Discord, I kind of went back and forth with him a little bit, but I actually think that he is asexual. He doesn't really have any sort of like desires in that capacity. He just kind of was like, yeah, sure, we'll be friends, like he understands the concept of it, and as a member of like a druidic circle, he understands the need to propagate at some point, but it's not something that he's going to actively seek out,
Yeah.
And that makes it easy, because most of the time when you introduce like a new character to the character, it's like, okay, there is going to be no like flirtation that I need to do here for this character that Cory might think is cool or awesome or would be fun to flirt with, because Audian definitely is of the mind of no, we'll be friends though. Everybody's friends with Audian, or he likes to think so.
Except for the guys he kills.
This looks really good. Make it a sticker.
Thanks.
I'm gonna post this on the Yogscast subreddit, because it looks like one of their cast members.
I love it. All right, he's got little over hairs.
We always have such weird topics when I'm alone in this room just talking into a microphone with you. Like typically when other people are around, I'm a little less heavy-handed with my discussions, but I'm just like, hey, this is therapy session time.
Yep, let's go for it. Wrong button.
That's right.
Oh, still those in there.
What am I hearing? Was that something on your end?
Are you hearing like a Discord, like a Discord call?
I was hearing a beeping of some, not a beeping, but like it sounded like somebody was talking, and it sounded low enough that I thought it might be Scott, but it doesn't sound like it anymore.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Was it really the wrong button? Who knows, Medical Mischief? Welcome to the stream, though.
What's up, Medical? Medical hears that button a lot.
Scott is going to make this an emoji for our Discord once it's finished.
That sounds awesome.
Which, by the way, apparently like half of my emojis on Discord are broken.
Oh no.
Like I can hit like on something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and do it right now. And it comes up as a it just has like that broken thumbnail image. And I'm like, do I need to update Discord or something?
Update, restart. Are you trying to use what's it called? The super emojis?
No. This is like literally I just tried to thumbs up, which is like the most basic of emojis. Okay, Cory, what is the most out of this world build for a character that your players have brought and you just had to say nope? I don't know if I've ever said no to a character concept before. I've said no to joke character concepts before, like Preston and his sentient bread mage hand. Because that was a meme and definitely not a serious consideration.
But it was hilarious.
I would say that if anything, what I've said no to before would be Colby coming to me with some like new build that he wants to try out for his character and having to be like, no, you can't rework your character for the third time or the fourth time. But other than that, like he'll like I think he came to me with the concept of like the Bard Warlock Paladin build. And I went, okay, you need to give me a good backstory for this. Like, give me a good character concept that explains why they are three different classes as far as it goes. But again, I don't think I've ever listened to a character and somebody coming to me with a crazy idea and been like, maybe we shouldn't do that, because they're here to have fun.
Yeah,
my players are here to have fun, and I don't want to deny them that just because I think the build is a little wackadoo. And my players know that building a completely off the wall game breaking build is also going to result in no fun for everybody else, so they try not to do that for the most part.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, like, if I can think about if somebody came to me and they're like, hey, I want to play one of every level, of every class, one level of every
absurd
class. Yeah, basically I want to play absurd. It wouldn't be a conversation of no, you can't do that, pick something else. It would be a why do you want to play this? And let's talk about why you want to play this. And then it would come out as like, oh, it would be funny. It's like, well, I kind of want you to have a character that is not just a joke character because they're going to be in a campaign, moving forward. Like if it's a one shot, I don't care. Like Humongous, like that's an insane concept. This tiny little bird, Owlin, that definitely is way smaller than Owlin are supposed to be, right? And as a barbarian, it's just like,
and has a great
whatever.
sword or a great axe.
Yeah, it's like whatever. That's fine. You shouldn't be able to wield a great axe if that small of a character, but I don't care. But if it's like a full campaign, and they come in, and the player comes to me with like I want to be a clown that throws pies in people's faces, to use an example that I saw on a meme one time. Then it's like, why? Why do you want to do this just for the joke of it? Well, that joke's going to get old within the first session, and then you've got to play the rest of the campaign with this joke character.
Right. And what's that going to do? The dynamic of the table.
Exactly. Although that meme that I'm specifically referencing, D&D clown meme. Clown, not that type of clown. Not clown character concept meme. There it is. No Pinterest. Oh my gosh. Pinterest sucks. I don't want to log into it. Just let me grab this comic without having to. Thank you, Reddit, for having posted this. It's the comic strip, Bosco. And I'm going to post it in the Discord. We'll post it in the All Things D&D because technically it counts. And it is a fun comic about Slap Happy Jack, a completely absurd character, and the resolution of that by session 40 of that character. It's great.
The bear that convinces the town guard that it's a human.
Yeah, like something like that is like, for a one shot, that's fine. That's funny. Whatever. It's a one shot. We can go kind of crazy for it. But if the type of game that I am creating isn't a joke campaign, like, and I say that meaning as in it's not 100% silly, right? Because all campaigns are going to be a little bit silly, and all of my campaigns, I'm never going to be deadly serious about it. But if I'm not doing a specific campaign of like, this is a one shot kind of har, look at this funny little concept we came up with, then I'm going to be like, let's maybe rethink your bear concept a little bit. Maybe a werebear would be pretty cool, or something like that. And we could work from there.
Your bear is everywhere, screaming infidelities.
I still need to know the fate of Slappy. That cliffhanger haunts me. Yeah, I mean, it again, like that is the type of thing that I always want to have happen, though. Like have somebody come in with a character that is kind of just a silly, wacky character, and then by the time the campaign ends, they are like one of the most well-rounded and well backstoried characters through, or they have the best arc, etc., etc.
Yeah, I think I can finally.
I'm eating bread pudding right now, and I've added some fresh blueberries on top for an attempted recreation of Luna Berry bread pudding.
Oh, that sounds so good.
All right. Add some blue dye number 5 in there as well. to really get your lips blue. That'll be perfect.
Blue. Did you know they have little icy popsicles? My children and wife recently discovered this.
Huh.
And they're
crazy
delicious. Because I don't know about you guys. Like the only time I ever get ices, it's like I don't know if it's an OCD thing or what, but like every time I go to the movies, it's just give me an icy, some popcorn. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing else.
Yeah, it's crazy that you'd like go to the movie theater and you automatically want the popcorn, right? We have been conditioned to want popcorn at movie theaters.
And the Coke commercials before.
Yep. Although the latest ones are kind of dumb. Like it's just like the clinking of the ice and then the filling up the can, the sound one. And yeah, it's basically ASMR, which is why I find it dumb because yeah, I just don't like ASMR at all.
Come on. Don't you have the meridian response where your skin top of your head tightens up?
Actually. No, not at all. I think that ASMR is very cringe, actually. I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum about it, but for me, I cannot listen to it without going like, ugh, really? I'm sitting here listening to that. But then again, like the things that I listen to on a regular basis or read on a regular basis are definitely not everybody's cup of tea,
right,
as far as that goes. So it's like, again, I'm not going to yuck your yum. You enjoy your ASMR. That's fine.
You bring in a quart of milk to have with your corn. Nice.
Quart of milk with your... Okay, I will yuck some yum.
That's okay. That's okay.
I've never heard of that, Bosco. That's crazy. We do try to. It's easier in the wintertime, but we do try to like sneak in bottles of soda because it's cheaper to buy your own soda even from like the gas station and sneak it in your jacket rather than.
True. That's honestly fun fact. This is a packaging 101 graphic design. Do you know why they have a medium cup size if nobody ever bites it?
Why?
Because it makes the large look like a better deal.
Oh,
it's the only reason.
Speaking of this, if you don't have enough reasons to hate Arby's right now, here's another reason to hate Arby's.
We have the meat.
I went there the other day, and I asked for a medium drink, and they go, sure, absolutely. And then my wife asks for a small drink with her meal, a small combo. And they go, we don't have the small combo anymore. We only have the medium and large.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I went, okay, that's a little weird. And so she got a medium as well. And we both get it, and it's the small cup. Not only did they remove the word small, but they took away the largest cup and made the small a medium and the medium a large. Same with fries as well, by the way. They only have small and medium fries now, and they call the medium a large. And they still charge you the large price for the medium fry. it is like inflation and shrinkflation at the same time. Like it's ridiculous. I absolutely hate it, but I will go to Arby's again because I'm nothing if not a capitalist drone, apparently.
Yeah, that's crazy when they do that kind of stuff. They did that in New York and stuff with basically, I think it was at one point, didn't they say they like put a tax on large cups and then they got rid of them entirely?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was crazy. Large combos had an option to drop fries for another sandwich. I agree.
Well, I mean, it's nearly the same price, right?
Mm-hmm.
I typically like, I don't know. I'm trying to diet, right? I'm back on that train.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easier to like be like, I'm just going to get the small when you know that you're dieting anyway.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I do love to do for anybody who does have an Arby's is get their roast beef sandwich and a curly fry, and then put the curly fries on the sandwich with a little bit of ketchup. There's so much good crunch in there. I'm getting hungry, and I don't like this. I had a big meal, to try and be like, I'll be good for the rest of the night. Apparently not. Apparently not. Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. That Bosco kind of brings up here. Not him bringing up the question, but reminding me. He said that he's done the whole milk and popcorn since he was a kid. It was his go-to after-school snack. Mm-hmm. What was your go-to after-school snack, Preston?
Dry ramen.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like you would take a brick of ramen and just eat.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't have much food. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had enough food, but we didn't have much food. My parents both worked, and so it was just kind of like whatever was around. And that was usually like the shortest path to feed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that, or the other one. Oh, when it was cold outside, one of my favorite things to do is to make hot chocolate, like just normal hot chocolate. Put a little bit of a hazelnut seasoning in it, and then you take a piece of toast. You just butter it, and it has to be real butter, and then dip that in the hot chocolate.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's delicious. How about you?
So mine is also a poor person snack, but it is crackers with butter, or rather margarine. We didn't really have butter. But you take a saltine cracker, you spread a little bit of butter on it, and if you're feeling especially spicy in a specific night, you take you slice off some cheddar cheese, some mild cheddar, and you put it on top, and you have a bunch of those little tiny sandwiches. They're so good, and it's like it is such a every time that it's ever posted online, people are like, "What the heck?" Like, I've never done this. It's like, well, you've probably never been like that poor then, because that is like a staple.
Yep. Yeah. Saltine crackers. What was the other one? My favorite. So this is weird. I don't know about you guys. I'm watching for more in there. Toast with butter and sugar. Yeah. Bart, do you like the cinnamon sugar or just sugar? That's the other one that I really liked. It was like cinnamon sugar. And we used to eat this thing my dad or my grandpa used to call shit on a shingle.
Oh, yeah.
And basically it's a roux. It's a flour roux. And it's meant to fill you up, not necessarily.
Welcome, Docs. You're looking at a dwarf baby, actually. Yeah, you came at the right time, apparently.
Fuck, you're the dwarven baby. So just regular sugar. Nice. Yeah, I feel that.
Crackers and butter are as good as Oreos. I think they're better than Oreos. Honestly, I'm gonna say it like that. There's my hot take for the day, right?
I'm gonna give you another one.
We couldn't afford cinnamon sugar. Yeah, I mean, dry ramen was mine too.
Yeah, dry ramen. My grandfather worked for Mother's Cookies. So for many years as a kid, I was not allowed to confess that I had Oreos because
really,
otherwise I wouldn't get Mother's Cookies.
Oh my gosh, I hated that. I hate when that happens. I worked for Domino's Pizza for a good 6 years it was 4 years from when I was 14 to 18. Mm-hmm. Actually, it might have been like until I was 20. I can't remember. And I was an assistant manager working the day shift, and I went, you know what I'm really craving right now? A pizzone, because we don't have a calzone here. So I had our driver, like I ordered a couple pizzones for pickup, and I had our driver go in full uniform and pick them up from Pizza Hut, right? Because it's funny. It's really funny. And we ate them, and I threw them in the trash. And the general manager walks in that evening to relieve me, and he stops and he pulls the thing out of the trash and he goes, "What's this?" And I'm like, "Lunch." And he like full on like slams it back in there angrily, and he's like, "Why are you eating at Pizza Hut?" And it's like, because I wanted to. Like you don't control what I get
because yeah, you don't have my full
like
preferences.
They tried to argue with me that because I worked in a restaurant for 8 hours, I wasn't allowed a lunch because it was a restaurant, a fast food joint kind of thing. And it's like, no, I'm a full-time employee. I should probably get a lunch,
That's
and it's like I let that shit go because
illegal?
because half the day was dead anyway, and I would just sit there on my phone or watching TV or something. So I didn't really care. But it's like, you're not going to tell me what I can and can't eat.
Yeah. You know what? There's one thing, and watching charcuterie is the best game snacks. I do like charcuterie. Charcuterie is
there's a lot that we need to catch up on. Scott says mom used to make mini pizzas using crescent rolls, bread, pizza sauce, cheese, and pepperoni. I remember that. Those were good.
Bosco is good stuff.
Yeah. Box of Ritz, bag of pepperonis plus cheese is heaven. Yeah.
So 2 easy meals is I love doing bagels. Do bagel pizzas where you cut the bagels in half, just put the pizza sauce on it, and just make a pizza, throw it in the microwave.
Oh yeah,
it's good. And then the other one was I wish there's one fast food joint. I normally like, I'll eat kind of whatever, whenever, but I tend to not enjoy fast food as much as I used to. And but the one place that I find myself craving all the time is Fazoli's.
Really?
It is like the crappy.
Do we have one here?
No, they're in Missouri and other places. Just take Olive Garden, but make it fast food.
Oh wow, jeez.
Like, and you'd think, oh, that's pretty gross, but it's like they got cocaine or something on them. They're freaking delicious.
That was so Casey and I went to a trip to California with her family when she graduated, and we went to SeaWorld. And there was something in the lunch, I swear, because we got the munchies and had like 2 churros and a popcorn. And like every time we saw a snack, we were like, oh, that looks so good. Let's get it. And it was just like, did we get slipped something?
Did we get roofied?
Yeah. What Io says, I remember I used to take saltines and put cheddar cheese on it and put it in the microwave. I tried it recently and it's so bad because the cracker gets all soggy, but man, I ate that like every day after school. Yeah, I can imagine how bad that would be.
Chips and salsa. I don't know about you guys, but I really like to take the salsa. Normally, you know how people usually you pour it out and you kind of eat it cold. I had this friend that instead of going and putting the nachos putting the cheese on the chips and putting that in the microwave, he would put it on the salsa and then put the salsa in the microwave.
Oh yeah.
And I just like that so much more because then the chips don't get soggy. So good.
Here's another staple for after school. Doritos melted in cheese.
Yes.
Nacho cheese Doritos, and you put some shredded cheddar cheese on there. Like we usually do the mixed, and then you cook it for like 30 seconds for a plate, and it just melts all the cheese on it. It gives you a nice little like super cheddary nacho. Yeah.
That sounds good.
White bread with pork and beans from a can and cheese on top. You can tell it's warm and the cheese is melted. Nice. Bosco says they have a Fazoli's in Iowa and it's effing delicious.
I know, right? Oh, and there's breadsticks. And honestly, I think it's because the breadsticks are like ridiculously salty, but with the butter, it's sweet and savory, and I love it. Baked ziti, oh, mamma mia.
Well, the next time you get a craving for Fazoli's, head out to Iowa and meet Bosco.
Yeah, we'll have to hit that up sure.
Ohio. Idaho. I apparently I said Idaho there.
Idaho's
My brain
above
isn't
us.
functioning.
Ohio's over there, but if you put them together, it's like halfway between.
Hormel chili plus Velveeta mac and cheese.
Or Rotel.
Taco mac and cheese. Taco mac and cheese is pretty good. We do mac and cheese and hot dogs every now and then around here. You just boil some hot dogs and chop them up and toss them in there. We don't live very nutritious lifestyles. But we live like we had today. We actually had ramen with egg and like a garlicky soy sauce type mix that we did, and it was pretty good.
I like it.
Could have used a little brown sugar, like Scott was saying, but yeah.
Hoisin and like anything. I love hoisin.
Yeah, Bosco, as long as you get it, as long as you know where the place I'm talking about, right? All right, are we just fiddling with this this dwarf baby now?
Yep.
Shall we move on?
Let's do it. We put one little rosy knuckled thing because he probably got in a bar fight earlier.
Of course. Yep. So get your suggestions going for the second picture. If you will have a suggestion here, it doesn't have to be the Saint Bernard Druid. That's okay. Scott wants it. Scott wants the picture so that he can turn it into an emoji.
Emoji. Yeah, I'll export it as with the transparency because right now it's got a bunch of stuff behind it.
Okay.
That won't be too hard to export. Or we could do just the face like right here. Either way.
Sorry, I made you yawn.
Stop the yawning. Oh, white rice, milk, sugar. Dude, like the rice, if you guys ever cook rice and then you have that burnt part, if you ever burn it or leave it in too long and it has the burnt rice at the bottom and it comes out like a cracker. Put a little soy sauce on it. So good.
Cesare says the St. Bernard Druid would be great, but Medical Mischief wants you to draw him like one of your French.
I need you to pose for me.
Yeah.
So
just put the oh, that's right. If you want to do the pig centaur, we can do that as well.
Man, bear, pig. All right. Get this other one in here. Yeah, Medical can attest that even in Ark or other video games, my character creation choices are usually unique.
We'll
put it that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, why would you just want to play a boring old human, right?
As an example, I would have like a guy like this. He would have a really pronounced forehead and like arms that were like literally about that long, but then his legs were like tree trunks. And so when he's running around, he just looks like a little T-Rex with these arms poking out.
Yes. The Osmosis Jones look, going back to that conversation.
That's fun. All right, so Piggy. Give me a second. I'm trying to not do the... I can't remember what pig this is. Like the Spitfire pig or something.
So we were just going to do a pig centaur, right?
My head. Yeah, I'm trying to absolve in my head. So we're bottom of a pig, right? Top of a person.
Yep.
Okay.
And I like Displacer Beast Centaur Drow hybrid too. I think that's a cool one. Oh, well, I'm going to write that down in our list of... I think I still have that list of things to draw.
This way in an arc. We're going to give him legs.
Stream. Ongoing stream notes.
And since he's going to be a piggy, bigger piggy, out legs. Let's see, knuckle. They do kind of like your foot. So you have that back one, it goes down, and I think it tips this way, just like other hooved creatures.
Hooved creatures.
Reverse Drider Spider. Spider head in a human body. That just reminds me of the Fly. Help me.
Help me. Yeah. Oh, so speaking of The Fly.
Mhm.
We watched the new Jurassic Park Dominion a little bit ago.
How was it?
It was pretty good. Yeah, it was. I actually really enjoyed it. It was definitely a bit more, just kind of like fun than the other ones had been of that variety. Nothing really groundbreaking with it, but it was a good end to the trilogy. Yeah, it definitely like had some really good moments to it for sure.
It still has not Chris Pine. Reset his face. Nope.
Scott says if you want to know how they walk, look up Ungulagrade.
I'm afraid.
It's fine. It's just a type of foot structure or leg structure.
Yeah, because this feels more like a horse to me. Because I'm trying to put his leg up, the front leg up, and then the other leg's down.
Yeah,
They are this. Pretty sure the back one not as long. They're not.
Oh, so interesting. So an Ungulagate is for hoofed creature, so it's not digigrade if they have a hoof, basically.
Tardigrades?
So not quite tardigrade. Yeah.
So it is like a horse then. So like you have that. And honestly, what I've heard it attributed to, like if this was your heel, and you're up on your toes, and then their hoofs are like their toes. It's kind of like that, kind of similar, just stretched out.
Casey, you missed the end of the other one and us talking about food, and now we're working on a half pig centaur. Yeah, there's the completed dwarf baby.
Just a baby.
Did you have to take the dog outside? Is that why you missed some, or did you fall asleep? I'm hoping you fell asleep. A nap would be nice for you.
All right. So I'm thinking.
Sorry, not half pig, half centaur. Half pig, half human. A pig centaur.
Half pig, half centaur. Okay, yeah. So it's the pig half, and then it's the horse half upside down, and they just kind of like do this weird undulating, creepy.
Well, we were talking about Scott was mentioning last night having a mermaid parent and a minotaur parent, and getting the human half of each. And it's like, what about the inverse, where you get only the animal half of each? Is this like Ezra halves? Yeah, you know what? This could be an alternate Ezra. A little bit more time in the chaos pool.
Ezra.
Pigsra. Well, so I guess in a lot of like fiction, or at least in like anime fiction, orcs are pig-based evolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes sense considering Ezra's half orc. That makes a bit more sense, but
if anyone's watched it, there's a new anime.
Oh my god, the tail is so good. Please, sorry, continue.
The anime is called what is it called? The Campfire Cooking in Another World.
Okay.
And essentially that's one of the quandaries that the guy has, is he's there and he's like, all right, like this super strong animal that smelled his food. It's this really easygoing isekai where he goes around and he's cooking food and he just keeps stumbling into things. And one of them is like this Fenrir like giant wolf that comes and is like, I will bond with you, but only if you feed me every day, 3 times a day, and that kind of thing. So he goes through, and one of the things, like you said, was the orcs, and they chop up the orcs and he cooks it like a pig. And so then he's like sitting there, he's like, I don't know. And then he eats it and he's like, oh, it's so good. It's just like tender pork.
I've added that to my list.
Yeah, it's good.
I've been seeing a lot of previews for Farming Life in Another World.
Farming Life in Another World. Yeah, it's very similar vein. Very similar vein.
Half elf, half orc, half unicorn, half tushy tushin.
All bacon.
All bastards.
I'm gonna say that he's gonna have really good. He's gonna have pig face features too, but it'll have a man body.
Okay. Yeah, make him anime work on top. That's fine.
Like I'm thinking like if anyone's seen Willow, not the ruined TV show version, but the old one when they are like halfway between morphing between man and pig.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the really cool effects. Yeah, that's the transformation in there is very reminiscent of American Werewolf in London for me.
Yes, I agree.
I love that transformation. Like
And
I loved watching. There was some like behind the scenes about how they did that transformation, and it's so crazy how they're like, oh yeah, we actually had fur on the outside of a balloon, and we just blew up the balloon to get the effect of it pulsing, kind of
so
thing.
crazy.
Or yeah, it is crazy like what they do for practical effects. And now it's just like, we'll do it in post. Just
or like Indiana Jones with the crayon or the wax melting face, and like that one was pretty cool. And if anyone ever watched Corridor Digital stuff when they recreated it, and
oh yeah, I love watching their react or the breakdown videos that they do for CG stuff.
That's fun.
It almost like every time I watch that, I'm like, oh, cool animation stuff. I'm always like interested to learn how to do VFX and everything. And then I watched like the process, or at least like the cut up process that they did, and I go, oh no, I don't have time for this.
Yeah,
this would be a 20-year-old Cory wants to make this his career type move, but 33-year-old Cory who is probably too long in the tooth to really commit to another hobby, probably shouldn't pick it up.
throw caution to the wind. Go for it.
If I were to do anything, it would be to learn 2D animation and do that instead, because that's a little bit easier than, well, it might actually, I mean, it's probably sixes either way as far as animation goes, but it's a style that I like better than 3D animation is. I do have too many hobbies. Yes, wife. Yes, I do. If anything, I just need to devote more time to books, or not reading, but writing. I actually prefer a majority practical effects with some CG touch-ups, kind of like how they did Hellboy, Golden Army.
Yeah,
agreed.
That's good.
I like that. I think that there are places where if you overuse the practical effect, it becomes a problem. Scott and I talk about The Mandalorian a lot about this, where yes, Baby Yoda is very cute, and the practical effect,
Grogu.
like it's very great for the effect to be like practical and have him waddling around for a shot or two, but it's like at some point you're watching, like they did that a lot with this last season, where they had a lot of shots of him literally doing blocking from one area to another, and like a full blocking move, and you're like, why would you do that and not just cut back or CG it really quickly to make it a little bit more smooth? Because it definitely does look a bit more janky than they probably anticipated there.
I need to let the old rat out to go potty. Be right back.
Alrighty. Well, then you're going to abandon me right as people are going to start ripping me apart for talking bad about The Mandalorian. This is great. Listen, everybody. The Mandalorian's awesome. Does it have issues? A few. Specifically, that one guy, that one cameraman that's in that scene when they're at the Imperial base. Gina Carano. That's an issue that I have with it. I think other than that, that's about it.
I'm back.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about you guys, but Bastion, he's a Yorkie. He loves sprinklers and water. So I turned the sprinklers on today, and he nonstop was like attacking the sprinkler heads nonstop, which is fine. But now he's had to go out like 10 times in the last hour because he drank so much water. You can hear him sloshing as he walks.
Oh, jeez.
He's just going.
Dodger used to love attacking the sprinklers whenever they come on. He would go out there and he would attack them from behind and snap at them and then come in soaking wet.
And you're like, what are you doing?
Don't know how the new dog does with water yet. Sometimes he likes it. He likes yesterday we caught him pawing at the water bowl inside to like play with it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like he didn't like when we gave him a bath.
Right.
So I mean, obviously no dog really likes it when you give him a bath, but I don't think I've ever met a dog or had a dog that was like completely calm when it came to bathing.
Yep.
Like when you gave them a bath, they always want to get out of there.
I had a cat once that we could bathe.
It's fun to find a step crew in the final product, like an Easter egg hunt. Yeah, that's true. Most of the time when I hear about like a flub up like that, the car that you can see in Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, or like when the chariot tips over in Gladiator, and you can see the mechanical pump that they use to get it to tip over because it basically exposed it. Those are always just like fun for me. There's never a moment where I'm like, oh, that takes me out of the movie. I can't believe they let that go.
Can't believe they ruined it. Yeah. Or what was the one in not Mando? What's the other one? The Andor. And Mando had one too when there was someone like in the background with jeans on and just kind of standing there.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah, for Mando. What was the one in Andor?
I have to remember. I might be thinking of the first season of Mando, not Mandor, where like they're walking down the corridor, on one of the big like starships, and there's a guy just standing there with like one of the things, and he kind of like scoots out of the frame.
That's the first season of Mandalorian. Okay, when they're in the Imperial base and they're like talking to the scientists. There's a guy in the background just in cargo pants or whatever.
Yeah.
And honestly, like that kind of situation, it's just like that's Jeff.
Yep.
He's on the maintenance team. We don't like, and the maintenance team. Yeah, sure, they're working for the Imperials, but they know not to really get in the way of any sort of conflict. They're just there to clean. Okay.
Just leave him alone. Jeff didn't do anything to deserve this.
Space denim.
Space denim, yes.
Preston, is that a hoof on the arm?
Yes.
There?
He doesn't have fingers.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure I've got it correct there.
Yep. Here, I'll put another one out here so that way he's like doing the waving at someone with his hoof.
Yeah.
But it's
actually, like, Scott and I have a specific headcanon of a group of people called D Team that basically are the don't give a shit workers, drone workers.
Oh, nice.
For any like villain or organization or anything, they're just kind of like, yeah, we're D Team, whatever, and we always just like putting them in fun situations and scenarios. We actually we're talking about putting them on as an SCP because they do, like, in our headcanon, they do work for the SCP and they're just like not affected by anything, which is why they just work as like they do the grunt work, because they're just like, yeah, we don't like none of this stuff really matters to us. We're just here for the paycheck, But I don't know the rules about adding an SCP, if there are any rules about it, because adding something that's like, this isn't affected by any other SCP kind of sounds like you're making an OP, like, my character's God kind of thing.
I'm having a brain for SCP. Define.
It is, SCPs are like, they're like modern day cryptid stuff. It's a website.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's the Secure, Contain, Protect, I think is what it stands for. It's the foundation that handles a bunch of different, and it's basically just like a wiki that people submit to, and that are just like weird or creepy things that the SCP Foundation has cataloged, collected, or shut down, that sort of thing. Yeah, Secure, Contain, Protect. Go me. I got it right.
Nice. Give me a second again. Let him in there barking at the neighbor.
Bosco got the journal from got his SCP journals from Kickstarter. Nice. Anthony, thank you for the $25. We appreciate it. Welcome. The Indestructible Reptile. I don't think I've heard of that one before. Let's see here. Oh, Scott just sent me a how to write an SCP. Perfect. Great. We'll get that put together, and soon enough, D Team will be official canon in SCP and pretty much everything else.
Holy smokes, Anthony! Thank you.
Life is good.
I walked away for 2 seconds.
Over here. Yep. Yeah, he only donated when you walked away. So would you just
okay. I'm gonna walk away again.
like
just kidding.
step away again? Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I've been enjoying beanies a lot more recently because it allows me to not worry about my hair so much.
I do love
mostly.
a good beanie.
And so I asked for some for my birthday. So yeah, I got that. It's been nice.
Occasionally, I really love to fall asleep with a beanie on and a hoodie, and just like full on cocoon metamorphosis. But then about an hour later, I'm dying of heat. And...
Yeah, I can't really do a lot of clothing when it comes to sleeping. Not to give anybody a scarring mental image there or anything, but it pretty much is just like skivvies for me.
Same.
Black on black, you good? No, thank you very much. Hopefully, I'm slimming down again. Goal is to get below 300. That'd be nice. Bosco, my dad wears bandanas a lot because he actually had cancer and he's missing a lot of hair in the back there that basically had a graft skin on, and so he's worn bandanas I think for like since he was like 40 or something like that. And it was always funny to have him wear a bandana into like church when we went to church and have like you'd get a couple stares every now and then, but everybody kind of knew that it's better than the alternative of him, of everybody being able to see his skin graft and everything like that. So I think everybody was okay with it. I have really long hair, and when it's crazy, I will just housewife it and use bandanas. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I get super cold when I sleep, so sleeping in a hoodie is pretty much common reality for me.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. And honestly,
that's my wife. She's constantly
I've got too much body heat myself.
I'm the same way. It's especially when it comes to, I believe they said what is it called? Brown fat that essentially generates more heat, and if you're in a colder climate, that your body produces more of it.
Oh, interesting.
And so they were saying that that's one of the reasons. Like some people are just really tolerant to the cold. So.
Bart says bald is best.
What the actual insight is, I don't know. Not important to me. I just know that I really love going out in flip-flops and shorts in 20-degree weather with a jacket on.
Yeah.
You never know when the weather might change.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely that time of year where you walk out in the morning with a jacket on, and then by 9 o'clock, you're taking it off because it's too warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a few new people joining in with us tonight, and we appreciate all the wonderful views and likes and subscriptions and everything like that. We'll be working on we got some fun little projects coming in the work. I think next Monday we're releasing a video for one of these like fun little side things that we're doing, which should be awesome. In addition to our typical session, which was recorded last night, and I'm very excited to get to a bunch of the individual stuff that I have planned. I've got some plans for some more short stories, maybe some longer form content as far as novelization goes or writing goes. I'm still kind of working out the details, but there's a whole storyline that basically we had to drop because of a change in cast, and I'd like to explore that storyline a bit more. So be on the lookout for maybe something like that coming soon. I know I do a lot of like little teasers and planning all the time, and you're a 50-50 whether or not it actually comes true, but I'm trying to be better about that. Love you too, Anthony. Thank you for always being so supportive.
Absolutely. 150. Oh. You don't have to do that.
Hey, nice. Thank you very much, Anthony. We really appreciate it.
right,
all the contributions that you're doing.
Now we're at the segment where I need to take my shirt off.
Yep. Get to it. Preston's going to send you the private link for his OnlyFans and his wiki feet.
And my foot finder.
Appreciate it. Yeah. That's such a fun little animation too. That's something that so like Twitch had very little in the way of like integration for donating money, right? And you had to do like third-party stuff in order to get any of that working, to get like cool animations on the screen or anything. And YouTube definitely innovated on that a little bit. And it's like, yeah, they're not the coolest, but they are little fun animations. I like it.
Yeah, I agree.
The only spam. It's an only spam link. It's just spam. I know that's not what Bosco was going for, but it is just spam.
Pop quiz. Do you know what spam stands for? Not necessarily in terms of email, but in terms of the food.
Spinach ham.
Close. You got the last part, right? It is for spiced ham.
Spiced ham. Okay.
That was its original name, and someone came up with spam.
Ham, spam, and eggs. Spam, ham, ham and eggs.
Oh.
Eggs and spam and eggs.
Taking spam.
It's that's an old Monty Python skit for those who watched it. Gelatinous meat cube. Yes, exactly.
Gelatinous meat cube.
It's been a nice chill night. Thank you everybody for joining us here, talking about stuff, just relaxing. I'm going to probably get off the stream and go take over dog watching duties so that my wife can actually get a couple of hours of sleep. I probably need to get a shower tonight too, because I haven't gotten one today. I'm just talking about my plans with you guys now. So, opinions, thoughts. Should I go for another donut? I
recommend the loofah.
The loofah?
Loofahs are great. No, actually, there was this one. My wife, she won a... Not important. She got this gift basket from some drawing, right? And it was a scouring... I don't know what you want to call it. So instead of a loofah and like a ball, it was this exfoliating scarf, for lack of a better word. That thing is awesome. Like, you need to scratch your back or like wash your back or whatever. Yeah, it's awesome. So I highly recommend those.
Interesting.
And it
Bart, do you have anything that doesn't have spam?
I was born in the spam, molded by it.
Can I pick option D and just starve? No, sorry. You're in the restaurant. You have to have something.
And Masubi.
Tesseri, thank you for the 550.
Thank you.
Thank you for keeping us company tonight as well. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're more than happy to provide you such wonderful entertainment, like talking about spam.
Spam.
Can we please stop talking about food though?
No.
Even spam is sounding good.
The only thing I don't think I've ever had spam on. Well, there's lots of things, but pizza. Have you ever had a spam pizza?
No, never.
I'm wondering.
I'm a very basic bitch when it comes to pizza, though. So it's like pepperoni or meat, and very rarely do I deviate from that. Although I do like a good chicken bacon ranch as well.
Yes.
Anthony, thank you very much.
Banned from the work cafeteria.
No.
And I got somebody fired apparently, but anyway, when I worked for a company, which will not be named, C.H. Robinson, great quote. They had in the very bottom floor of the building, they had a cafeteria, so you wouldn't have to leave because they didn't really have very good food options in the area. And so they had chefs that would come in, and they had this thing called a salamander oven. It basically cooks things at like 2,000 degrees. And so you can take a pizza, throw the pizza in there, and it'll bake the pizza in like stupid fast. And then you get it, and it's pretty good food or whatever. And so every day, me and this guy who was behind the counter, I would always like he would challenge me, and I would challenge him to like try and come up with new weird combinations and see if they were good. And one of the things that I was like, I like tuna melts at home when you have like a sandwich bread and you put the tuna fish and then you put like some of those pickles on it or something. Then you put the cheese on top and then you broil it, right? I wonder what a tuna melt pizza would smell like or taste like. the absolute stench from hell when they opened. Geez. It was almost like a as it opened because the way that the mayo or I don't know if they used mayo or Miracle, whatever they had inside of the tuna fish went straight from like a liquid to a solid to a gas.
Well, thanks for helping ruin my appetite. That's oh my god.
So then everybody who came in after that, it smelled like old rotten fish. And so it tasted delicious. Like, don't get me wrong, it tasted like a tuna melt. It was great. But tuna melt pizza in that oven, not a good idea.
Oh my gosh.
I was not I came back the next day and he was no longer working with the company or with the cafeteria part of the company, and they limited the options. They wouldn't let you do custom pizza.
Whatever you want. Yeah. So Casey says this is looking great.
Thanks.
Anthony just said he bought a $1.3 million pre-sale 41st story apartment in Concord, Oasis, Brentwood, Burnby. Wherever we're looking for to come to Vancouver, he can hold us up in style in an investment property. Well, thank you very much. That's awesome.
I'll be sick.
I've never been to Vancouver before. That's for sure.
Vancouver.
Hot tuna is no bueno. I eat more raw fish than cooked fish anyway.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, don't start talking about raw fish, please. Casey's gonna want some sushi.
Wriggling in my fingers.
Dang it! I really, Scott. Can we order a chicken bacon ranch pizza?
Do it.
I promise we'll get back on tomorrow. But oh my gosh, it sounds so good tonight.
Tonight, I'm gonna have some chicken bacon ranch tonight. For all we know.
You're not getting the keys for 5 years?
Might not get
is that
tomorrow.
Typical? Yeah, we did find a location for Aneria Con.
Aneria Con.
Sounds great. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll live in Canada. The problem is, like, I tried looking up what it would take to like move to another country, and I got a headache within the first couple minutes. So the people who do that, like, you're amazing. Like, you have mental fortitude that I do not possess, for sure.
Yeah, like honestly, there's one thing that I keep seeing things pop up for Japan, right? Because they're having a declining, just like I think most places right now, we're having a declining population problem. Mm-hmm. And they're like, hey, we want foreigners to come, or hey, we have these mansions, or we have these basically derelict properties where their parents have died, and they cost them more money to hold on to the property than it is just to give it away. So they have these programs that you can get the free derelict houses. But there's one that was like $200,000, but it was a Japanese, like, built 12 years ago mansion for $230,000 US.
Wow.
And it was like 8 rooms in it. It had the whole Zen garden thing. I was like, what? Like, oh man, that'd be sick.
That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. We can't move unless the entire crew moves. That's a good point, actually. And Bosco, buffalo chicken pizza, I just don't like. I'm not a big barbecue sauce fan on pizza, so I get that it's a good choice too. Ohio sucks. I don't recommend. Yeah, if I were to move at this point, I think it would be outside the U.S. I think if I wanted to move outside of my state, I think it would be outside of the U.S. I might do like Washington. I hear Washington State's pretty good in some areas. But yeah, it definitely would be like I kind of feel like I want to move out of the US at some point. But the problem is, like, I think you need to get like a visa and permanent status. You need to have like a marketable skill that contributes to the country. And I
super easy
don't
one.
have that.
Super easy one. ESL, English second language. Just go. You don't have to know the language. You can teach.
Oh,
teach
okay.
English.
Yeah. All right then.
Fun fact.
I could do that. Can you, like, how difficult is it to get that kind of education?
Never
I wonder.
tried, but I've had 3 or 4, and the training I think is like $500. And then there's some places that'll pay for your room and board, but that's not. Those are probably ones you got to fight over. So Texas is beautiful. I agree, Anthony.
If you get past all of the higher up or all of the gun violence and everything, Texas can be beautiful. When the power's on.
Shots fired.
Don't do Florida either. No, definitely not Florida. I will never. I actually probably will never step foot in Florida at this point.
Yeah, especially
unless I'm independently wealthy, and then I can do like Disney World. But even then, like, I will immediately like leave after Disney World. We're not going to hang around
There's some places
Florida.
that I think it's fun to go and like San Francisco. I love the city. Love the city. So much fun to visit.
Yeah.
Underline the word visit.
Mm-hmm. And see, I guess I've never really done a place where I've experienced the actual culture of that place, right? I always experience the tourism culture, but I haven't been out of state too much. Like, I've been to like Idaho and Wyoming, around there, Montana, because that Yellowstone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been to California, and I've been to San Francisco and wherever Disneyland is, Anaheim. Anyway, but again, like, that's all very touristy, right? I've never really strayed far from the Disney lot when I've been there or anything like that. And that pretty much, I've been to Vegas, but all we did was like stop by and visit the Hard Rock Cafe for lunch and then moved on.
Yeah.
So I don't know what any other place is like culturally.
And that's me, is like Vegas. Vegas is one of those ones where I've been a few times, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just not, to me, it's just not that interesting of a town. But I'm not big on gambling either, because like I don't know, it's never captured my interest. I'd rather stay at home. I'm a homebody.
Yeah. Scott says, I thought I wanted to have Pig Centaur, but now I'm rethinking that line of thought. That's when you know. That's when you know you got a good one.
So you got 4 of them. So when he runs at full bore, do you think full bore?
Full bore.
So he'll get down on all 6 and.
Oh yeah, for sure. What else are those hooves for other than extra speed? So I know you're thinking about doing like a full.
Yeah,
purple
I don't think
here.
we have enough time, but I'm just gonna.
No, I think it'd be cool to have like do a lighter pink, like a traditional pink on the pig, but leave whatever purple you have now as kind of like wine stains almost.
Yeah, wine stains. Let's do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe erase a little bit more on the face because I'm behind in my viewing of what you've done so far. Oh yeah, you did a lot more.
Yeah.
By the time I got you, that's all right though.
I'm using this to block in the dark, and then I'm gonna go from dark to light. So that way I'm just laying the lights on top.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah.
Yes, this is Photoshop. You're correct. It is Photoshop. I'm using a Wacom Cintiq. This is the old 27 QHD from 7 years ago.
Also, welcome, Jay Hutch.
Welcome.
We got about 9 minutes left in the stream here, but we're glad you could join us.
Yeah.
Here for the end, unless you've been lurking this entire time, in which case that's fine.
Yep.
You're allowed to lurk. That's all right.
We'll be here every Friday.
That's what my kiddo uses. He says, "Is that way come?" So.
Mm-hmm. It helps. I definitely like it more than the Intuos. There's nothing wrong with the Intuos ones. I just have a really hard time with drawing with my hand down here and then up here on the screen doing something else. It just doesn't feel right.
Bart says he got stuck in Manila 3 years ago, and now he doesn't want to go back to the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Manila is pretty beautiful up there.
Coeur d'Alene.
Was traveling to a train station. All right.
Stuck as in like there was a mechanical problem, or
for 3 years. The plane just keeps getting delayed, and they're like, "We're so sorry. Look, we'll put you up for another night."
Dude, that
it's
is
been
the
3
worst.
years.
Oh my gosh. What's the one with Tom Hanks, the airplane terminal?
Oh yeah, I never watched that one, but yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, so all I'm doing now is we're making a clipping mask, so now we can paint all willy-nilly without having to worry about going over the edge. See? Whee!
I was watching a movie trailer the other day.
Okay.
And Casey, maybe you can remember which movie trailer this is. But it was going through, and it was a very fantastical movie. Like, to the point of like, this is not a believable real life thing at all. And then I saw the words based on a true story. And I went, how in the hell is this based on a true story? Like, I do that every now and then with like horror movies where they're like based on real events. It's like, yeah, sure it was. Somebody got scared and thought they saw a ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one was just like
Transformers.
It was completely
based on real events.
It was something like that. It was some like sci-fi thing where it was like based on true events, and it's like, what events? Like, what? No, you can't just say that in a movie trailer. Like, that doesn't. Yeah.
There's a human out there at some point in life based on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I married a little lady here, and then COVID, so I stayed. You know what? That's a great reason to get stuck in Manila, I suppose. Got married, COVID hit. Let's just stay here. You know what? It's probably for the best. Let's see.
Right,
I'm trying to think of it.
There.
Yeah, Casey knows what I'm talking about, but she doesn't remember the specific. Do I have to go through my whole history? Maybe it's
like in TikTok when you close the TikTok and you lose it and you didn't like it yet and you have to go find it.
Yeah.
Or you refresh it accidentally. It ruins my entire day of not doing things that I should.
Yep. I hate that when you hit that back button one too many times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here.
Let's see. I don't think that's going to be a good reflected light area.
It wasn't the Meg 2, was it? I don't think it was the Meg 2. Because I saw that trailer recently, and that looks like a lot of fun. I enjoyed the Meg, though. First Meg. Let's see here. I am not going to find this in time, but we can try.
This is the back. A little bit of a transition. I'm coloring as fast as I can. Docs.
Hurry, 5 minutes.
Sent an insider. You already see what that one is. He reminds me of this. I gotta get the other. I don't know where my mouse is. Where?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's right. Yep. That is. It's the centaur from the Hercules animated show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Jim Cummings is the centaur. Yeah.
One where he punches him and his hoof flies off.
Yeah.
So you didn't get whatever. Meg.
That's a good movie. A lot of people don't like it nearly as much as other Disney movies. I heard a lot of hate on it growing up, but it was exactly my aesthetic because I loved Greek mythology.
Same.
Back then. And it wasn't very high level Greek mythology or like in depth Greek mythology.
Yeah, you
it was
don't
very
have to worry about Zeus
stroke,
sleeping with everyone he sees and
yeah, it was just kind of like that's cool. These old gods are awesome, and that was it.
I agree. At one point, a young Preston was in Up with Kids rendition of Hercules, and I played Hades.
Oh, really? Nice.
A crick in the neck, right?
Wait, that's Genie.
That is.
That
There we go.
wasn't the Covenant.
Have a good night, Anthony.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much for
Always
the donations.
the
We
best.
appreciate it. Yeah.
You rock.
Our patron leaves.
The patrons out to play, out to whatever the warlocks come out to play.
Sorry, this is fruitless, but I can't let it just stick in my head. I need to try and find it. It wasn't Dune.
Not the Dune 2.
Yeah, it wasn't the Dune 2 trailer.
Changes.
No,
Face.
no. Wouldn't be the stream without one final song, right?
Mm-hmm. Time can't change me. And with it, our packed magic leaves. No! No, I've lost all ability to draw.
Yep, I can no longer cast Eldritch Blast. I gotta ask because I just watched the last episode of season 1, and when they started fighting Gearcracker, all I could think was, are they fighting Dr. Robotnik? I had a picture. That was yes, that was, it might have been a minor inspiration. Mostly like if you've ever seen the World of Warcraft character King Mechatork, he has like a robotic suit similar to that. So it was kind of a little bit of that as well. I had a picture of Bolt coming up and asking Eve to summon a blue hedgehog and a two-tailed fox.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Bolt definitely, like, I definitely talked to Scott about that fight before we went to it to be like, hey, we're going to do this as a character moment for you with you helping contain the ship to keep it from blowing up, but it means you're probably not going to be in this combat as much. And he was like, oh yeah, sure, because we can do this, this, and this with it. So he was more than happy to take the hit on that.
All right, final stuff. We're here in the final few moments. So now it's come to this.
Now the end is here, and I face the final curtain. Oh, not the Flash, not that.
I did it Anthony's way. It was a fun episode. Yeah, I agree. That was a fun. That was a lot of silly.
Yeah, that was a crazy
hijinks,
episode.
Fights,
yeah.
Twists and turns and ups and downs.
That was a definite, like, I felt like there were parts of that got rushed just because I was trying to be like, let's wrap up season 1 here, you know, because there was kind of some.
Yeah, can't remember. Was that one we played for like 4 hours?
I think so.
5
yeah.
hours? Yeah. I think it was like pushing, and then there was some of them where not because we weren't enjoying ourselves, but like at that point, I think everybody kind of hits a wall where it's just like, I have.
You're like, oh my gosh, I need to go to bed.
Energy drink gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we're just also getting old, but whatever. All right.
Yep. I can't find this trailer. Darn it.
Well,
darn it.
We gave this our best shot. We'll see about going next time, but this is our Pigacorn. Pigatar. Yeah. This is our Pigatar.
He's horrifying, just like anything else on this stream.
I love it.
Thanks everybody for joining us tonight, though.
Yeah,
had a lot of fun. Glad to share a wonderful couple hours on a Friday night, just
absolutely
chilling with some friends.
You guys make this a lot of fun.
Oh, it was Gran Turismo. Thank you very much.
Gran Turismo, yeah.
Yeah, it was Gran Turismo. the trailer for the new one comes on, and it's like some Hunger Games-esque, like. Yeah. So it's a show about a kid who is who is like a pro Gran Turismo player and ends up getting recruited into a program to become an actual race car driver.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like based on true events. And I'm like, I have never heard anything about this at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, maybe we'll have to look it up and see if it's there.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's like, I'm going to have to look this up a little bit, but there we go.
Thanks,
Good night, everybody. Thanks so
Bosco.
much. We'll see you for a special announcement on Monday, usual episode Wednesday, and then Friday is another paint stream. Unless we do a Saturday stream, we'll let you know.
I gotta find the clicker.
Probably a Friday stream.
We can't kill the stream. We can't kill the stream.
I'll just keep talking until the stream dies. That's fine.
Mal, you can't kill the stream.
Gran Turismo is the shittier version of the last Starfighter.
Oh,
yes, it is.
Shots fired. All right.
All right.
All right,
Good
guys.
night, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.